Welcome to the Best Damn Podcast. Here is your daily collective tarot reading for Wednesday, July the 31st and Thursday, August the 1st, 2024. We start off first with the overall energy of the Ace of Wands. Now, the Ace of Wands is all about taking action towards a new beginning, a new opportunity. Anytime we see aces, this is opportunities for beginnings, fresh starts, or just kicking off something, starting something. And we know that wands represent action. A lot of times you'll hear me say, this is my big dick energy card. I feel like this is a passionate new beginning when it comes to love, or a new start when it comes to love. If we look in the challenge position, right, we have the Queen of Swords. So the challenge here is not only to create or attain or achieve some sort of open, honest communication. I've said this before. The Queen of Swords, you see her with her hand up. She is willing to talk, right? She's willing to communicate, but she does so with her other hand, with her sword, and it's off with their head if they're not being honest or they're not being straightforward, right? So it's being open to some sort of honest, straightforward communication when it comes to this beginning in love. And it's also working on relinquishing control as well. A lot of times the Queen of Swords can represent control. So it's like us either needing to heal some sort of control issues, or to get control of ourselves in some sort of way and control some sort of issues we have. If we look in the immediate past, we have the Page of Wands. This can be like somebody, in the past was being a little bit immature. Can be some fuck boy, fuck girl energy, and this can be like somebody that was very in and out, somebody that could have been even insincere, or, here for a good time, not a long time type shit. But most of all, I feel like this is somebody that was like, they were very sure of themselves, feeling like they knew what was going on, or very confident in their approach to something. And it like turns out that, they were wrong, right? A lot of times this represents a mark of immaturity. So it's like in the recent past, we've seen a connection, that wasn't being truly valued, right? And now we have this opportunity to control, our actions, change our behaviors, to be honest, open, and create some sort of new beginning. In the immediate future, we have the High Priestess. So this is like following your intuition. It's like knowing intuitively whether or not you belong with somebody, or, whether or not this connection is meant to be, and it's like really trusting your intuition and not getting up in your head. A lot of times when we get into relationships, we get stuck in our heads. We allow our past and, all of this to affect us. And we can tell by the focus with the Eight of Swords that could have been the case, right? The Eight of Swords is about somebody holding themselves back, right? It's like them holding back communication. You see all the swords around them. Like these are the things that they haven't said, or the truths that they haven't faced when it comes to their life. And it's like they're blindfolded and, and bound, and it's only by bandages. Right behind them is a house up on the hill and their dream come true. But it's like if they would just turn around and face it, it's like holding oneself back and putting oneself in a mental prison, And I feel like because of this, that's what's kind of created, this immature energy, being in this place to where it's like you're not seeing something clearly, or you're not facing the truth about something. So it's got you in this really, immature energy acting out, and like there's a need to control that behavior, and a need to like be honest, open, and like really trust the intuition to allow this new passionate beginning in love to take place. On the bottom of the deck, we do see the Five of Swords. So this can represent somebody like trying to win at all costs, and it's like, I get like this sense of like selfish energy where, somebody was like trying to create a situation where it's like their way, an unfair situation, and it's like realizing that we need to go about something in a different way. It's like there's more than one way to skin a cat, basically. So it's like, if they were going about something being, deceptive, or being misleading, or, it being one-sided, we now see, that they are deciding to change their approach on how to handle the situation. And what we don't see coming is the Ten of Pentacles. So this is, assured success. You know, this is your dream come true. It's like, you know, this is success, abundance, you know, prosperity. This is happiness. You know, you see the couple, you see the dogs, you see the family, you see the money raining down, the house in the background, you know, the greenery. It's like there's just a lot of life in this image, right? And it's under an arc. You know, it's a stable, it's longevity, it's stability, you know, and it's assured success. And it's like, I believe this success is happening because we're now allowing ourselves to be more open. We're no longer trying to control situations, right, through deception or manipulation, you know, and we're now doing this in an honest, straightforward way. We're now taking off the blindfold, seeing things for what it is, trusting our intuition, right? And it's like, and getting out of this energy here. We can see that the challenge is the Seven of Swords. So it's like, I feel like there was deceptive behaviors or behaviors that were like toxic or unhealthy, or connections that were toxic or unhealthy that really needed to be released. You see how he's like, you know, looking back. So it's like maybe somebody was still dealing with someone from their past. Maybe, you know, somebody was being dishonest. Sometimes this can be like a liar, a cheater, or a thief, or somebody like that, right? It doesn't mean physically stealing all the time. It's just like, you know, someone that's not being straightforward and not being honest, and they're like looking back as they're moving forward. So it's like, you know, they're, whether it's a breakup or whether it's like releasing old behaviors or, you know, toxic patterns, toxic behaviors, it's like them still trying to cling on to it, right? And we see the advice is the Lovers, which is Gemini energy. And it's like recognizing the connection, right, for what it truly is, you know, releasing the past and recognizing the connection for what it truly is. This is a soulmate connection. This is a twin flame energy. These are divine counterparts. You know, this is Gemini energy. You could be dealing with a Gemini, or you yourself could be one. But with the Lovers, it's like, you know, it's realizing that there's such a deep spark here. There's such a deep connection here. And I think that's why it has a lot to do with like following your intuition. You know, there's so much passion, you know, there's so much success, you know, and it's like, are we willing to, you know, leave behind the things we need to leave behind, the people, the places we need to leave behind, to see things clearly, you know, and to kind of grow up and stop going about things in the way we used to, and like now, you know, get a hold of ourselves and move forward in a positive way, you know, and learn to appreciate the connection we're in, or will be in. We see the hopes and fears as the Moon. So it's like, you know, this is somebody like being afraid that something is being hidden or there's some sort of deception, you know. This can also be like hiding your feelings as well, or not being totally open and honest with your feelings, you know. And I feel like this is just more of like a deep fear, you know. And it's like maybe we've been in this energy because we're afraid that, you know, someone doesn't care as much as we do, or we've been in this energy because we didn't want to, you know, face the reality for what it is, or the situation for what it is. Love is so vulnerable, right, that it can be incredibly scary. You know, if we see in the outcome, we have the Three of Pentacles clarified by the Strength card. Right? I feel like this could end up in marriage, right? This is an announcement, you know. So this is like either, you know, announcing an engagement, a marriage, a new commitment, becoming exclusive, you know, and you're doing this from a position of strength. You know, it's like overcoming the obstacles and overcoming the things of the past that have kind of held you back. You know, it's now being willing to declare your love and, you know, doing this and creating success, you know, and having all eyes on you. It's like people seeing, you know, how well, or, you know, how much, you know, something means to you. And it's like no longer hiding this. It's like, you know, I feel like this is also about like embracing the love, embracing the connection fully, you know. It's like no more holding back, no more being cautious. It's like, you know, speaking it to the masses. You know, I love this person, you know, we're together and we're getting married, you know, professing your love, you know, committing and doing it openly, publicly, exclusively, you know, engagement or marriage. We do see retreat in the Oracle cards. It's time to disconnect from the world. I feel like, you know, this is saying to you and your partner, you know, you need this time, right? To where it's just you two, you know. It's like not listening to what people say or what people think, or being, connected to the past or the problems or stresses of life, but just spending time, the two of you. And attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying the moment fully. I feel like, the more playful you are, like this is an incredibly magnetic connection. It's like, and the reason it's so intense and the reason there's so much attraction is because you are, it's being caught up in the moment. Not caught up in your mind, caught up in your thoughts, or in your feelings or anything like that, but it's like just being present, being in the moment. And we have the joyful, the affirmation. I know that the purpose of life is to be happy and live purposefully. And I feel like this goes along with that, right? It's like, living purposefully, taking time apart to spend time with your person, right? And being in the moment fully and embracing that, and it's like, not holding back, allowing everybody, the world to know, because your love is so strong, not holding back the way that you feel, embracing that this is a divine connection, a soulmate connection, leaving the past behind, trusting your gut, trusting your intuition, creating this new beginning by being honest and open, controlling the negative things about ourselves or the things that are immature that get into the way, and making our dream come true by not holding ourselves back. Going about it a different way, and doing it honestly and openly. And finally, we have the night. The night is our shadow side, right? So it's like purging our darkness, the parts of ourselves that we hide, the parts of ourselves we're ashamed of, and like this is to allow us to create balance. It's like time to bring it all out into the light, time to overcome our lesser nature, our lower nature, and transmute that into something beautiful, I think that this is a really, really beautiful connection. For those of you that haven't met this person, you will very soon. And those of you that are dealing with this person, I feel like it's just like, sometimes we let our minds and our past get the best of us, And it's like time to address that. No more hiding that, burying that, sweeping it under the rug. It's like appreciating it for what it is. Investing and sowing into a connection. If it's important to you, admitting it's important to you, and following your spirit, following your heart, no more in your head, no more doing immature self-sabotaging behaviors, because you're afraid of love. I think this is a beautiful reading. I'm really happy for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to book a personal tarot reading, take 513-393-2396 or email therealbestdampodcast@gmail.com. You can donate, PayPal, Cash App, Facebook Messenger, or patreon.com, Best Damn Podcast Official. Follow me Instagram, Facebook, Best Damn Podcast, Twitter, The Real Best Damn, YouTube, Best Damn Podcast Official, and TikTok, The Best Damn Podcast. I love you guys, and I will see you for the weekend read. Peace.